As-salamu Aleikum. Hope you're all doing well. Inshallah, welcome back to Deen and Chai, a casual space to talk about Deen. Today we are going to talk about Ramadan, inshallah. Got a cup of tea with me, and the plan is to try to get organized and get in the right mindset and have a plan for Ramadan, inshallah. Ramadan is just about 3 months away, so it's a good time to get in the right mindset and start planning for our Ramadan, inshallah, so that we can have a really productive Ramadan, inshallah, and make the most of that blessed month. So, the plan today is to work together to get ready for Ramadan. I thought that I would share the behind the scenes of this planning, inshallah, since in past years I've shared different printables, and so there'll also be a printable this year, inshallah. By the time this video is out, the printables will be available, inshallah. So there'll probably be more details in the description below how to get those printables with the link and everything, inshallah. My thought process is to do basically three main things. The first one is to identify what I want my personal goals for Ramadan to be. Second one is to actually decide how I want to be tracking that progress in Ramadan, inshallah, and how I plan to achieve those goals. Third thing is what I want to be doing in these next 90 days before Ramadan, inshallah, to kind of get me more prepared to be able to achieve those goals inside Ramadan. Personally, what I like to do is have things written down and have a way to track those things. It encourages me if I can cross things out and see where I am in terms of my progress and be able to compare to other days and so on. For me, that's encouraging and motivating to be able to see and do those things, inshallah. So, what I will be working with today, inshallah, is a bullet journal, colored pens and things, a ruler, laptop. The laptop is to get ideas of different bullet journal spreads and try to modify them to make it work specifically for Ramadan, inshallah. And I'm hoping, inshallah, that doing it this way, by doing it behind the scenes and doing it with you, inshallah, you're able to kind of get ideas for yourself and you can customize this to yourself and cater this to yourself as well if you want to do your own spreads and so on. I'm on Canva looking at different templates that they have. So for example, they have this habit tracker. This is just a template that I can change up and edit. I like the look of this as a one-page kind of summary thing where I can have all my different goals, inshallah, for Ramadan listed. For example, a Quran goal, a dhikr goal, and so on, and then mark them off for each day of Ramadan. So this could be 29 or 30 days of Ramadan. So I like this as a summary page idea, inshallah. And I'm also looking at I'm just searching bullet journal goals pages just on Google. And I kind of like this one in terms of the goals page. So I can do a Quran goal and then list it in more details, a dhikr goal, list more details, and any other goals and list it in more details. Creating something digital as well, and it's also in bullet form style, so you can see the background has all these dots like bullet form style. So this is going to be a printable linked down below if you want to just download this and use this. I'm only going to write Quran up here, but I'll leave the other ones blank so that you can custom it to your own personal goals, inshallah. Working on modifying this tracker to make it more geared towards Ramadan. I added in a reminder that the month of Ramadan is that in which was revealed the Quran, which is a verse in the Quran, and then I changed these to make it more fitting for Ramadan. So to mark off the days you've fasted, that way you can keep track easily of any days that you've missed and you need to make up, inshallah. And then your goal for reading a set number of pages a day, which I left blank for each person to be able to insert their own goal. And I left these three just blank so that you can write in your own goals, so that we can all customize this, inshallah, to what we like. Okay, so this is a Quran page tracker and days over here. Bottom is number of pages. I left it blank what each increment is so that you can do it based on what your goals are. So for example, one box could be 1 page, or one box could be 5 pages. It could be in increments of 5, like 5, 10, 15, or it could be 1 page, 2 page, 3 page. Depending on what your goal is, you can adjust what this means down here. Have a bar depending on how many pages you read that day. And this way you can see all your progress in one page, and you can see what you've done each day. You can see maybe which day was low or which day was extra high, and you can kind of see the patterns and see, maybe you realize that, oh, Saturdays, it's a weekend and I'm able to do a lot more, so maybe I should push to do more on Saturdays and so on. And inshallah, by seeing it all, it kind of encourages you, and you can see if you've fallen behind or so on. Okay, this process has taken many hours, and it's taking even longer trying to film at the same time and so on. So I think I'm going to end here. Hopefully, that kind of gave you some insight into the behind the scenes of trying to get ideas from Canva, from just Googling different spreads and trying to cater it towards Ramadan. And I'm gonna finish this off camera, inshallah, and inshallah it'll be ready by the time this video goes out, and it'll be linked down below, inshallah. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is the prep part for Ramadan. Now that I'm pretty much getting situated on what the Ramadan goals are and how to track them in Ramadan, I want to make a plan for before Ramadan, inshallah. So, what am I going to do in these days now leading up to Ramadan so that I can be more likely to achieve those goals in Ramadan? So, basically, doing some of the things right now and tracking some of the things now to kind of get the gears rolling and to get you ready for Ramadan. Here's an example. I'm also doing some spreads for now. So this is going to be part of Ramadan Prep. So similar to the Quran reading tracker that I did for Ramadan, I'm also doing one for now for these next 3 months, inshallah, so that I can be tracking from now and trying to motivate myself to increase recitation and kind of see the progress, so that when Ramadan hits, inshallah, it's much easier to hit those goals, inshallah. So hopefully that's a reminder for all of us, inshallah, to start working towards our goals now and trying to put systems in place from now so that we can be more likely to achieve our goals in Ramadan. Because if we have a goal, for example, of reading 1 juz of Quran a day in Ramadan, but right now we're reading 0 pages a day, and we don't do anything about it, Ramadan is going to hit us by surprise, and jumping from 0 pages a day to 20 pages a day is a big jump, as opposed to if you slowly start reading 2, 3, 4 pages a day, and then next month it becomes 5, 6, and then next month maybe it hits 10. By the time you hit Ramadan, it's easier to read 20 pages a day, inshallah. It's less of a big jump and shock. And also, inshallah, you've set up systems in place. For example, you've in the next 3 months figured out, for example, oh, when is the best time to recite, or what day do I feel like I can recite more than other days, and so on. And so you can really get your Ramadan catered to your own personal preferences and schedule and so on. You already have an idea of what your schedule is like, inshallah, to make it more likely for you to achieve in Ramadan, because we all have different schedules. Maybe for some of us it's easier to read a lot more Quran in the weekend, for example, and by testing it out and trying to hit these goals from now and ramping up to Ramadan, inshallah, we can figure out what's best for us to be able to achieve those goals, inshallah. Hopefully that all makes sense. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to wrap up here, and hopefully inshallah it encouraged you to start preparing for Ramadan and gave you ideas on how to do so. So I'll leave the link below, inshallah, for the digital version of this journal, and I'm going to leave a lot of the things blank in terms of numbers and things, so that you can really cater it to yourself and your own goals, inshallah, because we're all going to have different goals based on our capabilities, schedule, other commitments, and so on, inshallah. So hopefully you find that beneficial, and Allahumma balighna Ramadan. May Allah allow us to reach Ramadan and make the most of it. So let's start preparing, inshallah. As-salamu Aleikum.